and talk about Indigo Paints. This is our special offering Inside Edge. Why are we focusing on Indigo Paints? A lot of competition. You spoke to the management as well today.
Yes, and that's where the Inside Edge came in. The reason why we speak to Indigo Paints is because in an otherwise competitive industry, this is the only one which is, formidably crossed that 1,000 crore mark, being a recent entrant. And what it takes to, be successful in the paint industry and what the new player could do. There were some interesting comments made by the management, Mr. Hemant Jalan. He said that the brand choice for paints is actually influenced by the contractor. The end consumer merely has a veto power, so the purchaser of the brand is different from the user of the brand. So that's something that, the new players will have to keep an eye out on. For him, he sees no reason to increase his ad spends because large MNCs and Indian corporates, we've seen, the entry of Sherwin-Williams, Jotun, the likes of, Nippon, etc., finding it very difficult to succeed in India. And very recently, we had, the announcements coming in from JSW Cement and JSW Steel and JK Cement as well in the paint industry. So competition, according to him, has been very high, won't change much for the company. And this comes in light of aggressive targets made by Birla's Grasim, company, which, of course, launched the paint brand under Birla Opus. So let's listen into Hemant Jalan, who is the chairman and managing director of Indigo Paints.
It's a strange industry in which the end consumer is really not the decision maker for the brand. The brand choice is influenced by the painter or the painting contractor. The end consumer merely holds a veto power. So that means that if a painter recommends a particular brand that the end consumer has not heard of enough, the end consumer is likely to veto the suggestion. Otherwise, the brand choice is dictated really by lakhs and lakhs of painters and painting contractors spread across the country. Entry of new players is nothing new as far as this sector is concerned. We have had larger players than the one that you're talking about entering the paint industry, and players who are multinationals who have had rich experience in paints outside India. And I did not see any noticeable increase in ad spend by any of the existing players whenever these players have entered. So I do not see any reason for us to increase our ad spend with new entrants entering the market, because this is something which is not new to us. We entered the paint sector when there were four very dominant giants in the paint sector: Asian, Berger, Nerolac, and Akzo. And since then, in the last 20-25 years, so many other larger players have entered, and yet we have managed to outperform the industry, maintain our position, and grow our market share. And I don't see that changing with the entry of 1 or 2 or 3 more new players into the market.
All right, that was a rather confident Hemant Jalan of Indigo Paints. Let's also focus